Hi everybody, it's Heather with Diamonds and Dragonflies and welcome to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. You're in for a treat today. If you are returning, welcome back. So guys, it has been 2 months actually as of today that something catastrophic happened to me. Before we get into all of that, I want to give a shout out to my husband, also known as AKA Tech Support. He is now film support too, diamond painting support, whatever you want to do. So Kirk, say hi.
Hey everybody.
So he is the reason why this is able to happen today. So thank you very much, honey. I really appreciate it. He's been kitting up for me, quite a few kits. How do you like static there, Tech Support?
Not very much.
So he has experienced our worst enemy, the static monster, firsthand. So he's been a really big trooper. I've sent him into the art room many times. He's taken pictures of my kits so that I can direct him, and I'm not always very good at it. And he was cursing the art room last night. He tried to get down my Molly Harrison, and a whole bunch of kits decided that they didn't want to be on the shelf anymore. So they all tried to flee and fell to the ground. But he hasn't lit the art room on fire yet, so you know that's at least good.
Give it time.
So, all right, guys. Well, 2 months ago, that takes us to December 20th. We're going to talk about where I've been for the past 2 months, why I'm not fully back yet, and what's been going on. But first, I want to talk about what I'm working on. So, because yes, you can't keep a good diamond painter down. So, I am diamond painting again, finally. I am going to be starting, you guys are with me for the start of it. We're going to be doing Black and White by Deborah Lewis. I got this kit from, I think it was Hobby Lobby is where I bought this a while ago. It's been sitting on my shelf for a while. It is a round. It is 45 centimeters by 32 centimeters or 17.2 inches by 12.6 inches. So it is a little snacky size. I've got it kitted up, and I actually did kit this one up myself. I've got this kitted up into this container that I got off of Temu that I used when I went to California 2 years ago to paint with on the plane. But this only had 16 colors, so it was perfect for me to put it in here. So we've got that all kitted up. They are kitted up into these little containers here. These remind me of Harbor Freight, except I think these are better. They're more rectangular, so it gives me more space to occasionally diamond paint out of it if I only need one or two. They lock a lot better than the Harbor Freight containers did. So I really like these. So this was a pack of 20. So I've got this kit kitted up into that. I also purchased the enhancement pack from DP with Sparklers. So I am doing the enhancement kit from DP with Sparklers. That is all kitted up into here. For example, this is all crystal. This did not come with the kit. The kit came with one AB. That was it. This kit came out before they started doing fairy dust. So there's no fairy dust and there's only one AB. And it is the old numbering system of 125. It's like a pale bluish white. So I'm not quite sure. I didn't look up what because there is a chart that will tell you what 125 is in the regular DMC. This kit does have a perforated plastic canvas, so I didn't get it too long ago. I'm not using the perforations. If you've been following my channel, you know I hate it. Hate it, hate it, hate it. So I've got my release papers. These are from Bee's Crafty Corner. They are the only horse, whoop, they're upside down. They're the only horse release papers that I have. So those are the ones that I'm using. This is actually my second Year of the Horse kit for 2026. You'll see in my February month in review, I completed my first one earlier this month. It was an Amazon kit called Pastel Horse. So you'll get to see that. I am using my beautiful tray from Black Dahlia Diamond Art. She actually has 3 horse trays right now. I don't know where the one went. So I only have 2 at the moment. I'm not sure. I'm looking around on my desk here. I'm not sure where the other one went. It must have fallen on the floor or something. But we have this one, and then we have this one. And it says Year of the Horse. And then there's another one that has horseshoes and some horsies on it. But like I said, I'm not quite sure where that one got to. But we're going to use this one today. So I'm going to take that off. I love these trays by Black Dahlia. I used to love the Yellow Dog trays. These are similar, but in some ways I think they're a lot better than the Yellow Dog trays were. But I absolutely love, love, love them. And it says Year of the Horse on the side here, and then has the year 2026. So I love that. I'm using this fat pen from Enabler's Outpost, because right now I need a really, really thick pen with my hands, which we'll talk about that soon. I've got a single placer and a 6 placer in here. You're going to see very minimal multi-placing, and we'll get into that too. I got my tweezers. I've got this beautiful trash pot with a horse on it from Wendy K Designs. And a matching tray that she did for me. This is the cloud tray. Year of the Horse with some horse pictures on it, since I will be doing lots and lots and lots of horse paintings this year. So we've got my trash pot ready. I've got this beautiful little cover minder here from Galloway's Gallery. And I have my lily pad that tech support wetted for me underneath the snowman, because I do have ABs in this kit. I think that's everything. Oh, and then I do have my beverage. You will see me drinking out of this. It is a Hallow Thankmas, is what it says. Yeah, it's February. It has nothing to do with Hallow Thankmas. But it was Christmas when the world ended for me for a while. So, yeah. December 20th, the day that everything changed. So, I'm going to go ahead and pull this up. We're going to work on this section. Not sure how much we're going to get done, because I am diamond painting left-handed. I am right-hand dominant, but we're going to discuss, I have 2 broken arms, guys. We're going to talk about how I got the 2 broken arms in just a minute. The right arm, I broke my humerus, which is your upper bone between the elbow and the shoulder. And I dislocated is not the right word. I severed, I guess, my arm from my shoulder, which we'll get into that too. So I am limited as to what I can do with this hand because of my bicep and shoulder injury. This one, I broke my left wrist in 4 places. This is my scar from the incision. And I'm hoping you can see that. The lighting is not the greatest here. You know what? I might have to ask. Well, we're going to try this. Hopefully, this won't all be too dark and you guys will be able to see. Because I didn't have him bring down all my lighting and everything, which we'll get into that too. But I'm diamond painting left-handed. So I'm a little slower. It takes me a little longer to do stuff, but I'm getting it done. So slow and steady wins the race, or at least that's what everyone keeps telling me. Ooh, look, we get to start with the crystal. All right, so I'm going to do E. So we're going to get that. Get some dumped in here. Put that to the side. I am able to shake my tray. God, look how they line up. They line up so amazing. All right, so we've got that situated. And glasses off so I can see. And let's get started. Let's see. I was going to zoom in a little more. There we go. Now you guys can see better. I bumped the thing. It'll stop shaking in a second. All right. So we're going to rewind back to December 20th. So December 20th, around 5 o'clock in the evening, I was in my art room on Zoom with the Diamond Tribe. And Atlas, my bulldog, was downstairs barking that he needed to go out. And my drink was empty. My tumbler was empty. So I told the girls to hold on. I was going to go downstairs. I'd be right back, fill my tumbler, and let the Woo, aka Atlas, out to go to the bathroom. Well, I have 2 sets of stairs. One has 15 steps, the other has 16 steps to get to the lower level of my house, where the kitchen and the outside door is. Well, I was going down the staircase that has 16 stairs, and I stepped down on the first step, no problem. And when I went to step again, something went categorically wrong. Next thing I know, I am at the bottom of the stairs, laying on my right side, in the worst pain I have ever experienced in my entire life. I was trying to scream and call out for my husband. It was a Saturday, he was home, but no words were coming out of my mouth. And I couldn't form, like I couldn't talk. I couldn't say words. I don't know how I went from being on step 15 to the bottom of the stairs. I have no memory. I have experienced brief flashes based on outside opinions and examining the area. There were a bunch of things that were on the stairs at the bottom for us to take upstairs and carry upstairs. Well, they were undisturbed. So the hypothesis is that I went to step down, did not step properly, and that I basically kind of flew down the stairs. I remember hitting the baker's rack, which sits at the bottom of my stairs against the wall, and then bouncing off of it and landing half in the kitchen and half at the bottom of the stairs. My husband heard the crash. He thought something had fallen or I had fallen in the art room, and he was headed down the hallway to come see what happened or help me when he saw me laying at the bottom of the stairs. When he saw me, I wasn't moving. I wasn't speaking. I was kind of in a dazed state. He was afraid that I was dead at the bottom of the stairs, that I had broken my neck and I was gone. Well, half of that statement is correct. I did break my neck. He called 911. Took them about 25 minutes to get to me, which we really don't understand since the ambulance dispatch is literally around the corner from my house. It's like less than 100 yards from my house. They showed up. Their initial assessment at the scene was that I had dislocated my right shoulder and had a malformation of my left wrist. Whether it was broken or dislocated, they were not quite aware of. They took me to the hospital. They told my husband that they were taking me to UPMC, when in fact they ended up actually taking me to the trauma center at York Hospital. UPMC does not have a trauma center. So my husband was following, and he went to UPMC while they took me to York. So when he got to UPMC and I wasn't there, he was panicked. The emergency room there was kind enough to contact dispatch and discover that they had rerouted me because I was... Apparently when I got into the ambulance and they got me hooked up to machines and were doing my vitals and everything, I needed a trauma center. I don't remember much of the emergency room. My husband almost got arrested because when he arrived at York Hospital and they told him where I was, they wouldn't let him in the room. And I was screaming for him. So he was fighting medical staff and then security guards to try and get to me. Well, the doctors finally realized that if I got to see him and knew that he was there, that I would be less combative to treat. I underwent an entire body scan for x-rays, CT of my head, CT of my chest, and the final, I guess, synopsis, diagnosis, I don't know how you want to put it, was that I had broken my left wrist in 4 places. I had broken the shaft of my humerus, had snapped in half like a twig. So we are talking about, if you're not familiar with anatomy, it is the bone that runs from your elbow to your shoulder. Well, right in the middle, basically where your bicep is, mine was snapped in half. I'm going to insert x-rays here for you to see my left wrist and my right humerus. My right humerus was detached from my shoulder. It was broken. Your humerus ends at the one end with like a big, they call it an ice cream scoop because it looks like a scoop of ice cream that goes up into the shoulder and creates the ball joint. Well, I sheared off the ice cream scoop part, and my arm was being held to my body by muscle and tissue only. Otherwise, it was not connected to the rest of my body. My left lung was partially collapsed, and I had broken my back/neck from C7 to T5. I had multiple contusions all over my body. By day 3, I was black and blue from my right hip to my right ankle. I had some pretty deep lacerations underneath my right knee. But I was alive. I had a team of doctors that consisted of trauma doctors, neurosurgeon, and orthopedic surgeons that came to visit me every day. I was taken to the ICU, and I was there for 5 days. They were unable to operate on my arms for 11 days. I did not have surgery until December 31st. Happy New Year's Eve to me. I was in the hospital for a total of 17 days. I spent 5 days in the ICU, and then I spent 12 days in the orthopedic surgery wing. My trauma doctors and my neurosurgeon all told me that I was lucky that I was alive. The impact, the damage done to my body, that it was shocking. They were surprised that I did not break any ribs, and they were surprised that I did not have any serious head injury. I did have a concussion, but there was no TBI, traumatic brain injury. And that was by the grace of God. I will put in right here a picture of the stairs that I fell down to kind of put it in perspective. On the 17th, or I'm sorry, oh my God. On the 31st, they operated on both of my arms. They placed titanium fixators into my right wrist, or left wrist. And they put a titanium pin in my right humerus with plates and screws to hold it in place at the elbow and at the shoulder to reconnect it. I will put images in here of the x-rays showing the hardware in my arms now. I was in the hospital till January 6th, so 7 days after surgical repair. My left arm, I was able to pretty much start using right away to do a lot of things. My right arm, I have only been able to start using it basically within the past 2 to 3 weeks. And it is nowhere near, I can't even lift my right arm to shoulder height. I can get it about 5 to 6 inches off a pillow up into the air, but that's about it. Whoop. I was receiving occupational therapy at home. I was discharged on January 6th, and I came home. I am living in my living room. I cannot do stairs. I am non-weight bearing still. So we're 2 months post-surgery, and I am still not allowed to bear weight on my arms. I have a 5 to 10 pound weight that I can lift with my left arm, and no more than 5 pounds with my right. Well, I can't lift 5 pounds with my right. I can do about 2 to 3 before excruciating pain. I have been having to learn how to do everything with my left hand. I feed myself with my left hand. I toilet myself now, finally, with my left hand. I was unable to do that for quite a while. God bless my husband. There are just some things that your spouse shouldn't have to do for you. Wiping your butt is one of them. But he did it because I couldn't. Fortunately, I can do that myself now with my left hand. I did not diamond paint until January 9th for the first time. So I went from December 20th to January 8th without ever putting a drill on a canvas. I started out by doing nothing but Sparkle Pals. Thank God I had a ton of them. I have worked through so much of my off-canvas stash, which wasn't a plan for 2026, but you know what? You do what you got to do. Thank God I had them. Hang on, I need a sip. Okay. At the end of this video, I'm going to put in a slideshow of everything that I have done through January 31st. I'm not going to go back and do a January month in review, so you're just going to kind of get it here. Obviously, my channel has been on hiatus, but after the news that I am still non-weight bearing until April 8th is when they are going to reevaluate, I figured that I needed to do something. And tech support offered to help me. He has been a godsend. He has been, for the most part, my sole caregiver. My best friend, Addison, she did fly out in January. She was here for 10 days to give Kirk a break, my husband, tech support. And she took care of me. I mean, along with tech support, but she was giving him a much needed break. He was definitely experiencing caregiver burnout. My husband found out yesterday. I'm filming this on Friday, December 20th. Or is this the 21st? Hold on. 23, 22. No, 20th. That as of December 17th, he's no longer getting paid. He has exhausted all of his PTO. So he is trying to find out if he can telework full-time so that he can continue to help take care of me because I am non-weight bearing. I cannot do stairs. I can't lift things. I'm unable to dress myself. I'm unable to bathe myself or wash my own hair or any of that. It was nice when occupational therapy actually told me that diamond painting was great therapy from a mobility standpoint, that it would help strengthen my hands and my arms, and it keeps them moving, that they're not just sitting still. So it's kind of nice when you have the health professionals tell you that, yeah, do your hobby, do it 24/7. It's like, woohoo! I have been kitting up mini dazzle sets, which are squares, and I have completed 3 sets so far using my right hand. I cannot do squares with my left. I can, but poorly. We'll put it that way. It just takes a while. It's hard. I mean, when I say it takes a while, I mean like it's taking me 3 to 4 hours to do one part of a mini dazzle with my right hand. You know, one of the canvases. So, and I typically can't do more than one a day without severe pain. This is what I get for setting goals for 2026. So we're not going to do that anymore, so to speak. I spent my birthday, I spent Christmas, I spent New Year's all in the hospital. William, my son, comes over every Sunday. This week it's actually going to be Saturday. So the day you guys are watching this, hopefully, because hopefully I'll get it up for Saturday. He will be coming over. We've been watching the Lord of the Rings series. So we're up to 2 towers. We watched The Hobbit, the 3 movies from The Hobbit. And last week we watched Fellowship of the Ring. So we are on 2 towers this week. So I see William every Sunday. He's my middle child, for those of you that are new. He is 27. Is that right? Yeah, he's 27. I have not seen Emily since Christmas Day. She is working 50 hours a week as a therapist, and then because of her student loans, she works 16 hours on Saturday and Sunday, 8 hours each day, to help pay for her student loans. So she's not even able to come home for a weekend. But we talk most days. We FaceTime at least once or twice a week. So we try to stay in communication as best as we can. Unfortunately, I have not been able to see Sammy. It is not safe for her to be around me. I have to stay semi-secluded from the dogs, primarily Atlas. Rhea can get up near me. She is very gentle. She senses that mommy's broken, and so she doesn't cause issues, unlike Wu, the walking bull in a china shop. He has on more than one occasion rammed into my right arm. He decided that it was going to be his pillow and plopped his entire body down on it. So yeah, he's not allowed near me without supervision. Ray is actually in the room next to me. She's sitting in a chair next to me, so she tries to stay close to protect her mama. I'm sleeping on, my couch has recliners. That is where I've been sleeping since I've been home. So I sleep in the recliners. We did get a rental of a hospital bed, but it is very thin and not very high quality that the insurance company provided. And it causes too much pain in my spine and in my right shoulder. I never sleep on my back because of my chronic back pain. And if you've been following my channel, you guys are aware of the seriousness of my spinal issues that I deal with every day. Well, since December 20th, I've been sleeping flat on my back. So you can imagine how my back is feeling, since I am a side sleeper and never lay on my back. I sleep with a heating pad on my back all night. In the living room. So this has become my new diamond painting home. And that is my life right now. I am grateful to be alive. I joke that I couldn't die yet because I have such a big stash and I haven't worked through all my diamond paintings yet. So, you know, that's why I couldn't go. I know with a lot of channels right now, the talk is all about refreshing your stash, you know, detoxing and detoxing your whips or detoxing your stash, etc. I do have to say, I kind of laugh when I watch some of these videos and hear these people go and say, oh my God, my stash is so big. I have 28 paintings and I'm so overwhelmed. I just kind of laugh because I have over 600 and I'm not ashamed of it. I feel no need to destash or detox or anything else. Now, that being said, I have set some challenges for myself, some goals that I do think I can at least handle for now in my current situation. The first being that I want to spend less at Diamond Art Club each month than I did the month before. Buy fewer kits, not spend. Let me rephrase that, which they kind of go hand in hand. So I looked up that in January of 2024, I purchased 25 kits from Diamond Art Club. And yeah, that's just Diamond Art Club, guys. I don't even want to think about what I bought from other companies. So we're not even going to go there. In January of this year, I bought 11. So I have purchased 14 fewer. And I am including mini dazzles. And I will say that 7 of my purchases were mini dazzles in January. I'm on track for February. I don't have the numbers right in front of me. I want to say that it was something like I bought 19 in February of last year. I think I've bought like 6 this year. So the numbers are getting lower and lower. I've been buying a lot of rounds because I don't have a lot of rounds in my stash. And I can't... March is going to see me make my first commitment to doing a regular full-size canvas and square. My Molly Harrison for the Molly event that Ever After Diamond Painting is hosting in March will be my first big full-size square diamond painting since my accident. Everything is not matchy-matchy because everything's in my art room. And I'm not sending my husband up there to try and find stuff just to match it. So I'm working with what I got down here. And anything that comes in the mail. I know I'm going to be spending less in March because, like I said, at this moment in time, my husband's PTO ran out. So I got to watch what I spend. I'm terrified at the thought of being home alone when there are so many things I can't do for myself, like prepare food. Guys, I can barely open the refrigerator door with my left hand. I can't lift a gallon of milk, so cereal's out of the question. I can't spread anything. My right hand can't do it, and my left hand does not, my left wrist doesn't like that motion. It doesn't like pushing, pulling, or turning of anything. I can't open a doorknob to let the dogs out. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. My husband keeps telling me not to worry and that he's making some calls and trying to figure stuff out. But I can't help but worry. I'm trying to keep myself occupied. The Diamond Tribe has been invaluable because whenever I feel lonely or need someone to talk to, the Zoom is there. So we've been Zooming quite a bit. Chatting quite a bit. Working on our paint-alongs, encouraging each other with what we're doing. But yeah, it has been a challenge. So that's about all I gotta say right now. I am gonna throw in here at the end, not only will there be a slideshow of the things that I completed in January, but there will be a picture of Atlas. He was my Valentine, and it's just a very cute picture of him being my Valentine. So I'm just going to leave it at that, but you can see a picture of the Woo at the end of this video. So thank you all very much for your continued support, your loyalty. Thank you for all the well wishes. I really appreciate it. There will be my standard links below. Pretty much everything I'm using, other than the pen. Well, no, the lily pad is from Tracy's DP World. There's a link for Wendy K, which is the Year of the Horse trinket tray and trash pot. And I have a code with her, Dragonfly 10, which is all down in the description box below. Galloway's Gallery, I have a discount with them. Black Dahlia is the putty I'm using. I have a discount with them. I'm also using my putty holder. I didn't show this earlier. That's from Creations Morin. I have a discount code with them. I earn store credit, which allows me to buy some accessories and stuff. So I really appreciate any and all of your support, especially right now. Since my husband's not getting paid anymore and I'm still broken. They told me it was a 6 to 12 month recovery. Well, I'm at month 2. And fingers crossed that April 8th, when I go back, I'll be weight bearing at that point, and able to do more. But for now, I'm not. Not sure how I'm going to be doing my OT. The appointments were supposed to start outpatient this week, but they're at 1 o'clock. I did call. They have nothing after 4, which is when my husband gets off work, which he works 45 minutes away. So I would need an appointment at 5 o'clock. They have nothing until April. So not sure how I'm going to be able to do my occupational therapy, which is what's going to help me get stronger and be able to do more. And to get my right arm moving so that it's not atrophying and becoming frozen. I'm dealing with some rashes from lack of mobility and not being able to just get up because I can't use my arms to get up. So I'm developing thighs of steel and utilizing ab muscles I did not even know I had to be able to get up just off the couch. So there you have it, guys. Well, I almost got all of this symbol done. You know what? There's only 6 of them and they're single placing. Let's do them real quick. Then you will have gotten through all of this symbol with me in this corner. So I'm doing the best I can. My content will be sporadic because it depends on my pain level. And that changes from moment to moment. I hope to have an unboxing of my Ever After kit. And guys, tech support is doing it with me, so that should be a blast. And I do expect to have a February month in review. So far in February, I've completed 2 canvases and 3 mini dazzle sets, plus a bunch of off-canvas stuff. So I look forward to being able to share that with you guys. I'm working on another canvas from the Indigenous collection. Oh, the rest of my goals. So I had talked about the, I'm just making sure I didn't miss any E's. I had talked about the buying less each month and adding fewer kits to my collection, to my stash each month than what I did in 2024. I would like to work through at least 10 Amazon kits this year, which shouldn't be hard because they are pretty much all round. Need a drink. And that's primarily what I'm focused on working on right now, is rounds. And I'd like to work through some of the kits that the companies are no longer open, or I only have 1 or 2 from that company. So I am working on a kit from the Indigenous collection. I've completed 1 whole column, and I am starting on the bottom row and stuff now. I'm going to work around it counterclockwise. I only have 2 kits from them, so this will be 1 done. I haven't started it yet, but I had the plan, to do 5 different Richard Lorenz kits for the Lorenz event. Well, I've gotten 1 out of the 5 done, Skatebird. I kitted up Mojo last night, so that will be the next one that I work on. So they're not going to be for the event, but I want to try and still work on getting 5 kits from Richard Lorenz done this year. And it helps that Skatebird was an Amazon kit. Pastel Horse, which was my first year of the horse kit in February, that was an Amazon kit. Mojo is an Amazon kit. So I've already completed 2 Amazon kits for the year so far, so only 8 more to go with that challenge. And the biggest goal is to get healed and get back in the art room, be able to dress myself, be able to feed myself with my right hand. It was very humbling. I didn't feed myself until January 5th. So either a nurse or my husband was feeding me every day. I couldn't even do finger foods. It's only been recent, like within the past 10 days, that I've been able to even get my right hand to my mouth, but I can't support the silverware. It's very humbling not being able to do so many things for yourself. But thank you all for sticking around and not abandoning me. And if you enjoyed this video and you want to check out my past content, which I promise you is much more joyful than this one, I would love to have you. It's free to hit that subscribe button. If you're interested in helping support me and my channel, there is a link to my Patreon down below. You can become a paid member of the Diamond Tribe and work on the events that I run with just my Diamond Tribe. I do events constantly with the Diamond Tribe. If you just want to be able to help out, there's a link to my PayPal account down below. But just watching this video is a really big help, because I've had no YouTube income for 2 months now. So any and all assistance and help and just your support would be really, I'd be very grateful. So make sure you hit the like button. Leave me a comment down below. And don't go anywhere. Make sure you stick around for the slideshow, which will end with my Valentine for 2026, Mr. Atlas. I'll catch you in the next one, guys. Take care. Love y'all.